Welcome to the Game of Thrones world. Congratulations on a fantastic first episode.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
mate.
Of course, you know, they say when a Targaryen is born, the gods flip a coin.
Yeah.
On one side, greatness. On the other side, madness. I'd love to hear from both of you. Where does Viserys land? Where does Daemon land?
Greatness.
My coin's still spinning.
Still spinning.
Still going, mate. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm great.
You are great.
What does that mean in the Game of Thrones universe?
What does what mean?
What does it mean? What does greatness mean?
It's a great. I'm only joking. I don't know. I don't know if he's a great. If it's greatness, well, I think there's a bit of both in him, really. But he's certainly not a destructive king, that's for sure. He's a compassionate king, and that's rare for this kingdom that we're familiar with.
He's not self-destructive either, is he?
No, he's not.
Whereas Daemon is utterly self-destructive.
No, he's serious. He takes his place in history seriously. The only thing that corrupts Viserys is maybe that he ultimately didn't have the right temperament to be a king, you know, and the duties and what that means, and fulfilling everybody else's needs, and you know, and he's perceived as weak because he doesn't go to war. But he's a compassionate man, and in the end, his compassion corrupts him, I think, too, which is, I think, it's even more tragic.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh, I can't wait to see how it all plays out. I can't wait to see it. We've seen in the main series the most famous Targaryen that the mainstream world knows so far ultimately got portrayed as a villain. What do you think that what would the Targaryens of your era think of what happened almost 200 years later?
I'd be ashamed, but it played its part in the prophecy, didn't it? Really. It
Sure did.
You know, a Targaryen, as I remember my knowledge of it, a Targaryen was on the throne. But yeah, I'd be disappointed.
I wouldn't. I'd have backed her.
I think I could. I wished I could have saved her at some point.
Yeah.
From that, but that's the coin that's still flipping, right?
Yeah, that's true. What do you think Daemon would have said to Dany?
I think he'd have been on the dragon with her, to be honest with you.
I can see it.
Let's have it. This is ours. Get out of the way.
I could see it. Now, if you could see your characters get a drink with one character from Game of Thrones, who would you like to sit down with and just kind of chat about Westeros?
That's a good question. Who would I want to go and have a drink?
I'd sit down and have a few ales with good old Ned.
Oh, all right.
That'd be a barrel of laughs, wouldn't
Why
it?
not?
I'd get the Hound involved, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, you never know what can happen there.
Big Rory.
Did either of you open up the book and try to find out where the story goes, or did you kind of not want to have it spoiled for you?
No, I left it where it was. But
Yeah.
you know, I had a sort of you know, my mate brought me a big illustrated book version of it all, you know, and it was interesting. I'd just pick it up from time to time and pick out different bits of it, and you know, but no, I left it where it is. But I sometimes do that with scripts anyway. If I'm in something and I get killed off, I'll leave it where it is. And
Really?
yeah, because it's quite interesting not knowing where
Sure.
something goes sometimes. I have done that before.
Matt, I know you got up close and personal with the dragon in the show.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about what that's like on set. Is there anything actually in front of you?
Yeah. You're what? When you're looking at the dragon, you mean?
Yeah, like because it looks so real. I you're touching something.
Yeah, it's like a green head basically with a guy with a stick, but it's quite a big green head. You know, it's the size of, not the size of a dragon, but it's big. And then you can touch it and react to it, and they move it and fire a bit of wind at you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The dragons are amazing in this though, because this isn't a time where they were kind of, because I think it depending on where they're kept and their surroundings, that determines what size they grow to. Have I got that right? Do I remember that correctly?
I think so.
So these things are out in the open, and like they grew to monumental sizes.